Hey guys, so I am going to be doing my makeup tutorial today. I've been searching for like a guy that I could follow. I haven't found anybody. Like the only person who I truly follow all the time is probably Jeffree Star. I followed other people, but I really am not into it because I can't relate. I can't relate meaning like I have a beard. I can't contour for the gods and just do some tribal shit, like, because it just doesn't work for me. I don't do a cut crease. I don't do like a fucking lip gloss, a lipstick. I don't do any of that. So none of these like videos ever relate to me. So I'm like, fuck it. Why don't you just make your own YouTube videos? Like, you good at makeup. You've been doing it for 16 years or so. Like, why don't you do one? And then I'm like, hey, that's a good idea, self. Like, let me get at it. So today, here's my makeup tutorial. If you're a woman, you can totally watch this and follow it if you want. I don't know what it'll look like, but tag me. Let me see what you look like. If you got a beard, girl, honey, let me see it. So here we go. Let's get into it. All right. So first, I'm gonna start with putting a little bit of a face oil on. I don't know how much you really should put on. I put on a lot because it's whatever. But I just put it all over in my T-zone. A little swipe. And I'm using the Pearlescence Rose Hip and Vitamin C. Got it at TJ Maxx for $7 because I don't really care. Get it all up in that face. I'm gonna let that dry for a hot second. And then I go straight to moisturizing my face. I'm using Yes2 Coconut Hydrate and Restore. I think it's pretty good. I used pretty much all of it. Almost gone. I used enough on my middle finger. Rub that in. Get it all over that beautiful face of yours. I feel like it's important to moisturize and get your face and skin all hydrated because that's how the makeup is going to stick. I've noticed like years ago when I just did like your basic CoverGirl, my face was dry as all shit because I just put foundation on it. I didn't prime it, I didn't set it, I didn't prep it. And that's probably your most important part, especially if you want to look flawless and not like a dude in costume makeup. That's happened to me sometimes. I look like I'm like ready for like trick or treat, like what in the actual fuck is on your face, but you know, people are nice and they don't say anything about it. I'm just gonna pause the video for a second. Alright, after that dries, I'm gonna prime my face with NYX, however it's said. Photo Loving Primer. I'm probably going to take some photos later of this makeup because I'm getting the Jeffree Star palette today. Yeah. I'm super excited. I just ordered his Jawbreaker palette and his mini Jawbreaker palette. I fucking love his formula. I love him. He is actually the only YouTube guy that I religiously follow because I don't really relate to any of the other makeup guys. Like, I haven't watched a lot of them. I don't know them, and I'm not gonna name any of them because I don't care. But I don't do lipstick. I don't do like a cut crease really. I don't do a cat eye. Like, and if I do, it's for like a special occasion. I do my makeup a certain way, and I don't really plan on changing that way. I do it enough to be noticeable, but not like, hey, look at me, girl. I'm prettier than that bitch over there because my cat eye's fiercer. Like, no, that's not me. I don't ever want to compare myself to a woman. I'm not trying to look like a woman. I don't want anything to do with a woman, to be honest, because I'm gay. So what I'm basically trying to do is be the prettiest man in the room, and pretty much like 90 to 100% of the time that would be the truth. I am the prettiest one in the room because I take that time in the morning, you know, like 2 hours to get your face all ready. It's a lot. Now that that's dry, I'm going to move on to the foundation. I just had it. Of course, I will lose things like nobody's business. Hold. I'm going to start off with using my liquid foundation, which I use Bare Minerals. I'm the lightest one. I normally use a beauty sponge or blender. However, lately I've been doing like a dot on my finger and then just tapping it in to give myself more coverage. I recently stopped doing multiple layers that were unnecessary. Like I was doing like 3 or 4 different foundations to get like the perfect shade, and I'm like, instead of wasting all this money on these little tiny $10 foundations, get yourself the Bare Minerals like you always used. It is like I've been using Bare Minerals ever since I started makeup. Like I did CoverGirl for like a hot minute. I did the Maybelline for a hot minute. But foundation wise, I always use Bare Minerals. Anytime someone says your face looks perfect, I'm like, thanks, Bare Minerals. It's always worked for me. It's a little bit more pricier, but I love it. It's perfect. It goes on and it feels like I have nothing on. And for me, that's pretty big because when you're a guy in makeup, you obviously do look a lot different than any other guy, and you get a lot of dirty looks. Like I get a lot of dirty looks, or I get a lot of like, wow, you look good kind of like, but it's to me, it's kind of like it can be very crippling at times where I'm like, why did I put all this makeup on? Oh my god, every guy thinks I'm a fucking huge homo. Like all these thoughts go racing through my head and I need to like calm down because you know what? At the end of the day, be you, and that's all that you can be. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, no one's gonna like you. I don't like trying to be somebody else because that's not me. So I think I got it all in there. I'm really not using a mirror. I'm using my camera today. So I'm just kind of hoping for the best for this, to be honest. But you'll get the basics of how I do my everyday makeup. And now I'm gonna go in with a couple more on the sponge. I typically beat the fuck out of my face. Like, I will do this for an hour if I had to. Just keep layering on that foundation. But I'm not going to do that because it's going to take me forever to do this video as is. I've already paused it and redone this like multiple times. It's a day off. It shouldn't be this much work. I really hope. I started using a new beauty sponge, and I fucking hate that because it's so porous. It's sucking up all my makeup, and I just want it to be full coverage. I have a lot of red spots underneath in my eyes, obviously. Some freckles that I like to cover up, and I just would like to really be. I like a mask of makeup, I guess you can say. Like a full-on mask, like got your warrior paint on, which is, I think, like a brand for makeup for men. I won't be trying that out because I've already used makeup and it is for men. I don't need a label to tell me that makeup is for men. Like, makeup can be for men. We made it, we can use it. I'm just gonna make sure that is all even. I have a couple coats of makeup on right now, so it's probably like 4 or 5 layers worth of makeup. I just like to really make sure that I got every single thing. I mean, like, my powder is gonna do most of my coverage, but this is my layer, like my under layer of coverage that I need, and I need it to be 100% for me. That's my personal opinion. You can do as light as you want, as thick as you want, and nobody gonna judge you because whatever. After that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and mist that with my makeup setter. I'm using just this e.l.f. one. Just in between layers. My final one is gonna be like a dewy finish. This one, I don't really think it gives you that dewy. I think this is just straight up whatever. I'm going to go in with some loose powder. It's perfecting powder. It's from L'Oreal. And I like to use a lot. You can, again, use however much you want. I use a decent amount. We're going to start with that. I use a big brush from Real Techniques. You don't have to get crazy, but... And I just pat it all in there. Now, once that's all set, I like to go in with my regular powder, which is, as again I said, I only use Bare Minerals. So this is the Bare Minerals in, what number is this? Fair, just like the first one. So I'm the first of both. I use a decent amount of that. And I use just a regular brush. This one is a buffing brush. I don't know what that really does, because I just use the brush because I want to, not because of what it does. I don't care what it does. I love using the Real Techniques brushes. I'm pretty sure there's other brushes that are way better, but these have been working for the past 10 years, so I mean, might as well go with it. I got these brushes when I was in hair school. Not these specific ones, but I just always stay true to what I use. I'm just kidding. I like to try everything. But these are basically what I always go to. It's my go-to brushes. They look like Halloween to me. They're black and orange, black and purple. And if any of you know me, you know that Halloween is my thing. That's why I have no problem wearing makeup every day, girl. Halloween every day. Alright, so now that that's on there, I'm going to go ahead and put the mineral veil from Bare Minerals on there. And this one is a hydrating mineral veil. Lately, my face has been very, very dry because I use every matte product known to mankind. I don't really like a shine on there. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my big brush that I used earlier. You can use whatever effing brush you want. And just set that right on over that. It just makes a difference when you put a mineral veil on, or like any kind of extra layer of like loose powder. Just really keeps that makeup right in there. It's crazy. I used to be like, that's stupid, like that doesn't do shit. No, but it does. It really does make a difference. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face one more time with a makeup mister. And then I'm going to go in with my Seal the Deal from Flower. I'm going to put that in there all over. Boom. That's how I get my foundation. I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to clean all like the foundation off of the outer layers, get it off my eyebrow, and I'm going to show you how I fill in my eyebrows, how I fill in my beard, and how I maybe do makeup. I don't know. I'm still waiting for my Jeffree palette, so I don't really want to do my makeup twice on a day off. But I'm just gonna go do that, and I will be right back. Alright, now that I cleaned up like all the areas where foundation should not be, I'm gonna go in with my Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree. Might as well, since I'm waiting for the other one. I'm just gonna take Glucose, which is the lightest color. It's like, to me, I love like a clown white, and that's kind of what that reminds me of. I'm gonna go ahead and put that all under my brows. Now what that is gonna do, it's gonna shape, like my brows are already pretty fucking thick. So it's gonna shape that in a little bit. And then it's gonna help me define my eyebrow shape. I gotta use a mirror for this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it on that side too. It's just gonna highlight my eyebrow bone basically, and it's gonna make it so my eyebrows look as sharp as they possibly could, because I have not had a chance to shape them and wax them in fucking forever. Sorry for the vulgar. So I basically have it going out on both sides, and then I take my foundation brush that I used earlier, and then I just blend it out, giving it like that softer look. I don't like it to be like, wow, why do you have white all under there? I like it to be very subtle, a very subtle highlight. Then I go in with my brow color, which is Maybelline, and honestly, I used to always use Maybelline foundation and everything, and I stopped using it about 6 months ago. I'm just finishing up as much of these as I can because I did pay for all of it, and the fact that they still test on animals to me is just, I don't need to be supporting a company that tests on animals, so I'm just gonna finish up like all these browns that I have left, and I will never buy another product from Maybelline until they stop testing on animals. That's my belief. If you don't care, then go ahead and use whatever you want, but I use like a brown, and this is like a mocha color. I don't want to use a black and make my eyebrows look like Eddie Munster. Like, come on, that's crazy. But I'll start with using like a brush kind of like this, just to shape them in the direction that I want them to go in. I always use powder for my brows. I don't really like any liquid on there, any like gels, pomades, or whatever. I've tried them. I just feel like they kind of rub off a lot on me. So I use a brush kind of like this. I have no idea what this brush is because there is no more words on it. Concealer brush. Yeah, so I use a concealer brush. And I just dab it in like that. Oh man, I'm gonna need a mirror for this. This is not gonna happen on camera, honey. So I go in and just lightly swipe in the shape that I want my brow to be, just because I have a little bit that needs to be filled in right there. And I just go ahead, shape those eyebrows, bitch. It's like the most difficult time of my days, my eyebrows, just because like some days I do it in a rush and I'm like, whoa, like, jeez, freaking eggerish eyebrows right there. And I don't want them to be like, hey, I color my eyebrows in, guys, either. Like, I don't want people staring at those to be like the only thing that they look at is brows. Hey, brows, because that's what I'd be doing if someone's brows were like huge as shit. I just keep going in and just brushing it to give it more of a natural look. I don't like it to be phony, you know? I just think I'm talking to talk because I don't know what to say. And then I'll go to the other side. This side's a little easier for me because it's not as sparse as this one is, I feel. I'm doing this without a mirror, so I hope I'm doing it good. So scary. Having nice eyebrows is like really important to me. I don't know why. I think that like since you use your face a lot, they're like nice and expressive. You don't want to have like some scary ass looking eyebrows. After I do that, I'm just gonna go back in with my brush, make sure there's no fallout. Go ahead and use this bad boy again. And there we have it. We have my brows. Boom, done. So I use the same color on my beard and I just basically fill in the sides like that. I also use a bronzer, a very, very light bronzer. Let me grab my brush. I use like, I don't even know what brush this is. It's a blush brush. So I use a blush brush. That is a mouthful. Right up in here, just lightly, just so I can make a difference between my skin and my beard. I like a very light contour. I don't like it to just be like white porcelain skin and dark beard. I need some sort of transition in there because it is a little harsh when you see a black line. And I look like I just went to like a barber and got like that line up that looks like they put fucking Sharpie on. And we don't want that. So I go ahead and just do that whole line before I do that. Seems to work, guys. Like, I don't know what I just said there. But it seems to work for me. Just to do a little bit of a light... so this was... Sorry, I just like totally jumped the gun. This is a Milani Silky Matte bronzer. So see, it kind of gives me like that light glow, and then I'll just put a little bit all over my... everywhere else, just to give me that nice little bit of a glow to my skin. But not necessarily like, whoa, you orange! Like, we don't want that. Now for the beard part, I just take a brush kind of like this. It's square. And I just go ahead and define that. I don't like fill my beard in like to the point where I look like I painted my face. But I just like to make sure it, like, I get a little bit of patchiness. I want it to be perfect, and no one's beard is ever going to be perfect. Like, isn't it hard as you try? But since I wear makeup, I might as well finish it. And then I just go up and take all of this. Try to get all of like that white residue from my foundation on there. And it just makes a difference if you have time and you have a beard and you just want to play with it. I suggest a powder. Like, don't go with any pomades, none of that, because ultimately you want to put a pomade product in your beard after to shape it, to make it look nice and full. Like, you don't need to put pomade and then put it like more and then your hands are all brown. Like, I've tried it. Like, trust me, I've tried everything. The only thing that I think works in my beard is like a powder. And there you have it. So that is not finished. I'm just kidding. So I also take, and it's kind of like the same as my foundation brush that I had, and I just go in there and drag it all along the whole beard part. Now you can see that just magically disappeared and it blends in. So if anyone always says like my beard is filled with makeup, like it's really not. Like this is all beard, and then I just lightly fill in the gaps. Like it's nothing crazy. So like I've had people like throw me under the bus when someone's like, wow, what a nice beard, and someone's like, it's all makeup. Fuck you. Like it's not all makeup. Like I'm 100% made up on the face, but it's just makeup in the face. Like the beard is there. It's there. It's real. It's not fake. I hate when people like to say stupid shit. Like people say a lot of stupid shit, but my beard is not fake. Don't you forget it. My hair isn't fake either. The only thing fake about me is my makeup. Just kidding. So I'm gonna call this done. I do typically do eye makeup as well, but I'm waiting for my palette to come in from Jeffree. So I'm gonna do a part 2 and have it be like an eye tutorial, but this is like my basic everyday foundation. If I'm not gonna wear eyeshadow, I'm gonna wear some sort of mascara just to give my eyelashes back their color, because I have so many layers of foundation covering up my beautiful lashes. So now that that's all finished, we're going to do one final seal the deal spray. And then I'm going to put some product in my beard, and I'll eventually do a video of all the products that I use in my beard if people like my videos. Like I had a real hard time doing this. Like I had like anxiety through the whole thing. I wish I had like a Klonopin or something to just like calm myself down, but I don't do that shit. I just naturally do it with the power of makeup. Makeup calms me. It's my happy place. I love doing it. I do it every morning. Like I have so many alarm clocks in the morning to wake my ass up. So I have tons of time, which I never do, to do my face. I will never go to work without it, and when I do, I end up putting it on halfway through the day on my break or something, because I'm just like, oh, what did I do? And if you're a guy and you wear makeup, don't ever be ashamed. Like, we created that shit first, so the women just advertise it for us, if you will. Thank you for watching my channel. Hopefully you subscribe if you want to watch more, if you want me to do more. Like, this was just, as I said, a very basic makeup tutorial on how I do my everyday face. I obviously put a lot more layer into it, a lot more work to it when it's not a video, because this is only, I don't know how long this video is going to be, and I hope I can shorten it so you guys don't go, oh my god, this is the longest. But thank you again for watching, and have a great day. See you later.